So here we are. We're doing the supplemental Justice League spoilers review. Jackson and myself, father and son, we went to the movies to watch it and everything, and we already did the one for the essentials, and then Jackson felt more comfortable to do it on his own now.
Don't say that. You can't say that.
Alright, I won't say
Alright, so that part has been corrupt. Alright, so so before we actually talk about the thing, like, what are we scoring it out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10.
Alright, well, you give me your score.
6.5.
6.5. 6.5 cyborg strokes.
6.5 flash lightning bolts.
Alright, 6.5 flashlight mils, I'll give you that. Alright, but if we're gonna go like that, I will still go with a 8.5.
8.5 batarangs.
8.5 batarangs. Alright, I would have said flashlight nimbles, but okay, alright. So, I mean, but either way, both numbers are high. And so, what we're gonna do is kind of like, break down our view of the movie without going into all of that background stuff. Just deal with the movie. So, tell me, like, what was your overall impressions of the film? I mean, what did you like most?
It was very similar to the Avengers in the story layout of things, because you have the beginning where it's like you're introducing these characters. Then you have the middle with Superman, and to me it seems similar to when Captain America and Iron Man were fighting Thor. Like, it was sort of similar, because remember?
In Civil War.
In Civil War and Avengers.
Okay, but they did fight in Civil War though.
Yeah. Oh, so did Iron Man and Captain America fight Thor?
Yeah, they fought Thor in the Avengers, but
yeah.
Captain. Anyway,
so yeah, the Avengers, and and in both movies there are like a bit of confrontations between two important characters, because you have Captain America and Iron Man. And you
Alright, why are we talking about the Avengers? We're talking about
I just said before it was a lot like.
Okay, but then
I have to elaborate on that.
Not really.
I can't. No, you do.
All right, you've elaborated. So,
I'm not
what
finished.
two characters are you?
I'm not finished.
All right, go ahead.
And then you also fight aliens, but with Justice League it's different because it's at night, and with Avengers it's different because it's in the afternoon.
Right. So, in your theory about Captain America and Iron Man and Thor fighting, that was a night fight. So, they fought at night.
So?
Well, I'm just trying to say.
In Justice League they fought in the afternoon. I'm talking about the alien fight.
The alien fight.
The alien fight and the aliens.
The parademons.
Yes, and the Chitauri.
Right, okay.
The aliens.
Let's not confuse matters. We're here talking about Justice League. So, what I'm still asking, and I still don't know, what did you like? What was my question?
And I liked how it was similar to the Avengers in the layout.
Right, can you just tell us about the scene that you liked? Are you talking about the battle with the aliens, the parademons, under the Gotham Harbor? Is that what you're saying is the scene you liked?
Well, at the beginning.
That's where they fought the aliens.
I actually didn't really like that. Well, I did, but because I was expecting Batman to when he was fighting when he confronted the
parademon.
No, before that, the criminal, yeah, and it was on the rooftop.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like the 90s thing.
You was expecting the 90s thing.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the theme.
Well, no, because in that Batman fought like two criminals on like a building rooftop and stuff, and it was the exact same setting, like most. So yeah, I was expecting that.
Yeah. So you were expecting that, and what you got was
a thing that came out of some PlayStation 4 game.
Parademon.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to understand. Did you like this thing then?
I actually kind of did. I mean, like, I mean, as I was watching it, in my head I was like, oh yeah, this is Justice League. No, I've been waiting all years like to see this.
A long time, man.
Yeah.
So as you've been waiting a long, so that's a good question then. As you've been waiting a long time, we've been waiting 3 years for this to come out. We've been waiting 3 years for this to come out. As you've been waiting 3 years for this to come out, the point is that was it worth the wait?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well,
I mean, me as a diehard fan.
I mean, but I've got a few nitpicks. I mean,
Well, everybody got nitpicks.
could I say them? Just a few of them. Alright, the Flash's costume sucks. Okay. The looks of it is cool, but why does he need like armor, like this iron suit?
Well,
I mean, no one is gonna like touch him, or not that many people are gonna like touch him. I mean, and plus he heals fast as well.
yeah, can I answer your question? All right. Basically, actually, it's the most realistic version of the suit because, as Bruce Wayne says, that it was created out of armor shielding from the space shuttle, because it has a frictionless Formica thing to it. So when Barry runs and he turns into like human lightning, pretty much it's supposed to be the suit has a protective layer that it doesn't burn when he runs. So that actually makes more sense than him wearing spandex. I mean, obviously, in the comic books, that's how they draw it, and he's just wearing clothes. But science will tell you that if you run as fast as he runs, he should be butt naked. So,
Interesting.
well, no, but that is science. So
That's
so that's why. Go ahead. What other nitpicks you got?
Actually, that was my only one. I was hoping I would just make it up on the spot. Well, actually, that flash suit thing, I took that from an idea that I saw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so all right. So let's go from the beginning then. So you talk about this Gotham City, or this rooftop sequence. I mean, pretty much. I mean, for me, fell a little. That did fall a little flat with that sequence. Also, too, is that the actor was a famous actor, so that kind of like threw me out of it a bit. But it just seemed to come out of nowhere. Where coming from Batman versus Superman to now he's hunting down parademons, and he recognizes that they are sent is by fear. So he wanted to put that guy into a scary situation to draw out the parademon.
Yeah, because I was like thinking, I was like, did I miss something, or like how does Batman know about parademons other than the dream sequence that he had?
Exactly. I mean, that would probably be my overall nitpick of the film is that this film definitely is a sequel to Batman vs Superman, but obviously that's what Snyder was doing. But the WB, the powers that be, didn't want that to happen. They wanted a much more fun and interesting film, which it is. And so a lot of stuff got lost and, ended up on the floor. But either way you look at it is, so moving from that sequence, we move to Wonder Woman.
She's dealing with like this guy. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that it would be actual, comic book villains.
Yeah, exactly, because the way the trailer was, they hid the faces of these guys in the trailer, right?
Yeah, and
in all the trailers, and the thing about it was, it disappointed me that they were just regular guys trying to blow up a building.
And with the end credit sequence being, Delusion of Doom / the Injustice League.
Way ahead.
And it would be
you were
more
hoping
build
that
up.
there would have been more villainy.
Yeah, just kind of like
you said that to me before, that you was hoping that Batman was actually fighting one of his enemies on that rooftop, like a Riddler or a Penguin. You said you were kind of disappointed.
Well, it would make more sense for Riddler because he was actually teased in Batman vs Superman.
That's exactly right. Yeah, because
there was a green question mark. Yeah.
Very good, boy.
And plus, they already had spoilers.
Too late.
In the film, they referenced the Penguin and stuff.
Well, yeah. That the time will wind up going at the time will wind up Penguins. But Batman, Bruce Wayne also talks about it as if like he's cleaned up Gotham. Most of his enemies are in Arkham Asylum and everything else like that. But anyway, moving on. So Wonder Woman is taking down these regular guys who were terrorists in a way, and it was a dynamic fight. I mean, I love the whole like stopping the machine gun bullets with her bracelets and stuff and everything. And but I mean, it was great. It was a great like action sequence for her. Do you know what I mean? It was just kind of like disappointing that we were led to believe something else. Anyway, so then so now we're introduced back to the part trinity of Batman and Wonder Woman, and they decide to put the band back together. Well, she gets the warning because Steppenwolf shows up on Themyscira, and I think that sequence was awesome.
Yeah,
What did you think about that?
Yeah. Basically, I was like, oh, this is cool. Too bad they're gonna fail though, because it's gonna happen.
Well, it's the beginning of the movie in a way, right? And everything like that. But thankfully, her mom doesn't die and all that. And, he gets the mother box. And, he escapes. Very little deaths happen and everything. But, we're introduced to the bad guy and his mission to, unite the three boxes.
His chin looked weird.
Yeah, it did look weird, but that was again, it
looked like someone.
Was it weird because it was digital, or just weird because what kind of alien has half a chin or a big thing in the chin? Fork chin. He had a fork chin.
When he showed up, in my head I was like, okay, so we're gonna interrupt Justice League and we're gonna have World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, or or Legend of Zelda, but yeah, you didn't like that, right?
Yeah, it's not really.
Okay, it's not really. Triforce.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on really quickly. So anyway, Wonder Woman gets the warning arrow, like the burning bush, and she realizes that gotta get the band back together, and they collect, Flash and Cyborg, and
Well, it's not that easy.
Well, yeah, but I'm just jumping ahead because, I don't want the team to run out. So, either way you look at it is that the team comes together and everything. As you say, not that easy, but a little bit easy, and everything. And they had their first, battle under the Gotham Harbor, where all these Star Lab scientists are kidnapped and stuff. And
the Giants.
Yeah, and the thing about it is actually, that's when we're like, that's like where we got like Jim Gordon, like, telling the team on the rooftop,
Spider-Man
where to go.
Minutes.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons, right?
Yeah.
But either way, it's like, I love that scene, and I mean, I love how everybody just like zips off and, Flash like, oh, whoa, they're gone. I'm like, that's rude, right? Even though it's a funny joke, but come on, he's the Flash. His vision should be like, even if they zip past, out of Gordon's sight, he shouldn't have really zipped out of his sight.
I mean, how could a cyborg have accomplished that?
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's a big giant metal box thing.
No, exactly. I mean, it's a great joke, but it's just like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, so they're let down under the harbor and everything. They had the big, digital battle with the pirate demons and stuff. But what was great was it was kind of like them coming together because, Bruce Wayne or Batman wants Wonder Woman to lead. He doesn't want to be a leader, but he gives, Flash that advice about save one person. What did you think about that one? I mean, was that good? Was that good hero advice?
Yeah. It made sense how the Flash wasn't able to, how he hasn't really learned how to actually fight things.
Yeah.
Like, he just pushes people out the way because,
I just push people right away.
Because he's only, fighting just, regular crooks, but with, different types of weapons. Like Captain Cold, Boomerang, and stuff.
Yeah.
Not fighting actual superpowered people.
See, that's also, I think, a mistake that they made because what a lot of people don't remember is that the Flash was in Suicide Squad. Do you remember that?
I didn't watch Suicide Squad, but yeah, I did remember.
You didn't watch Suicide Squad?
No.
Alright, we gotta remember that. But he's in an after credit sequence.
I don't think I want to watch Suicide Squad.
It's not that bad. Anyway, but he's in an after credit sequence, but he takes out Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So what I'm just trying to say is that, I understand making him like Baby Flash and not really doing much. But, he did have some rogues, and everything like that. But anyway, as you look at it, this leads down to Aquaman finally joining the team to save them. Because the water is coming into the what?
Yeah. Whatever he says.
Oh, yeah, my man. Yeah. Right. Gnarly, yeah, exactly. He's
outrageous.
Outrageous. Yeah, no, he's hipster. Anyway, so the team goes back to the Batcave, and to create a plan, and so Cyborg has the third box and tells them about it, and now this is a criticism that I agree with people, where it's like Batman, who's this great detective, right, stands around a lot just listening to other people talk. Whereas so Cyborg does all the exposition, and Batman is usually the one who, because he doesn't have any superpowers, is the one who usually goes here's the plan, this is what we should do. So, but they gave that over to Cyborg and everything to do. So what did you think about that? He wasn't very much of a detective, was he?
Yeah. I was I didn't really, at first I didn't really notice all of the that he wasn't really being as much of a detective as he was just as a super a person.
Yeah. But he's the one who, but he still was the mover and shaker, because he's the one who comes up with the plan that we should go and rob Superman's grave and use his mother box to bring him back to life, and that's how Superman comes back. And
I was when Superman came back, I was at first I was oh no, and then I was
no, why would you oh no?
I don't know. Well, because Superman's death didn't really mean anything in Batman vs Superman, if that's the case. And and then I was relieved, because it was it's a Justice League movie. I guess Superman has to come. I mean, it's not really spoilers that Superman comes back. I mean, everyone knew he was gonna come back, but
yeah, well, no, but see, I mean, let's just jump out. Even though I said let's not talk about outside the movie, but everybody knew Superman was coming back, but the marketing was trying to hide it to the last minute, and that was kind of disappointing. You knew he was coming back, you just didn't know how. And I mean, I guess you probably think
I was hoping that he would come back, but he'd be the main villain, he would be really evil.
Yeah, exactly. And but at least we still got our obligatory superhero fight. So we still got the superhero fight, and let's talk about that, because that was awesome.
Yeah.
You had that one. Where the fight with Superman.
Where Superman used headbutt, and it was super effective.
It's super effective.
What the Pokemon move?
No, I know, but it was great, because I loved how he headbutted Wonder Woman. She looked at him like, you dare. Then she headbutts him back. He's like, oh, okay.
But it was but what was cool was that when he had headbutted her, I actually felt pain.
Did you? Yeah. I blinked out on that one and everything. And again, that's a nod back to Batman vs Superman, because Batman's I got Plan B is the big guns. And he's got Lois, which is if you go back to the dream, Lois is the key.
I recently had watched that scene, and it was the Flash looks different, so and it looks like his suit is torn apart.
No,
so
exactly.
Maybe Superman does become evil later on, maybe it's in that Legion of Doom thing.
Well, no. I think initially, in the original version of the film, Superman was more evil than just this one fight. And stuff like that, I mean, the thing about it is that, remember, they changed everything.
But then how would Flash know how to
No, because in the original, version of the film, they probably lost, and Flash, realized that maybe, there's only one way to win is to, change his mind. So he had to go back into the past, tell Bruce Lois is the key.
Yeah, but if he figured that he could go back in time, then why didn't he go back in time and save his mom?
Ooh, good question. But I mean, see, that's why there's always plot holes in movies.
Because he didn't know it was gonna happen, and there was no one to stop him in the first place. So.
No, you're right. Which he does in the series, right? So I mean, But then, yeah, see, well, hey, maybe that's why Flashpoint is Flashpoint, because he realizes he could time travel.
Oh yeah, oh wait, no, let's talk about
Anyway, moving on. So, like, either way, it's like, so Superman is back, and the team is still on their own, going off to do the final battle and everything. And so they go to Russia and everything to take the shield and the thing. And Superman goes to get his outfit, right, and everything, and then he meets them in Russia.
Did you like the Russian family?
I didn't like the Russian family because it's a Joss Whedon trope, and like
because it was like at first I was like do you save importance of the film or anything? But
Yeah.
it's like
it was a human face.
How do you
It was
build
human face
people?
to. It was a human face to civilians. So like even when Superman carries off the building, right, of people, we don't see them. When in Man of Steel, when Superman destroys those buildings, we don't see the people. But this was a way of Whedon saying, let me introduce a family right at the beginning, and then put them into jeopardy, like they're trapped, and then they're saved. But they're not saved by Superman; they're saved by the Flash.
It's kind of like in Avengers, where Captain America saves this blonde woman, like this random woman, yeah. And then
that was Whedon.
And then there was like a deleted scene where it was like before that he and she met and stuff, and it was like
Stupid.
Yeah.
It was Whedon. Whedon and Raimi, they both do these kind of things. But anyway, it gets the end. So Superman, like he's powerful enough to take out Steppenwolf, but then he's also able to leave to go save that building full of people and then come back. And it was kind of showing that Superman's main remit now is human life. You know what I mean? So he could zip away and come back and continue to fight and stuff. And then help Cyborg separate the three boxes and everything. And everybody's all chummy and happy and stuff. And, but also too is they don't kill Steppenwolf. Nope. Steppenwolf only screams Darkseid name once. Yeah, because they decide that like it's better to have it be that the parademons who smell fear take Steppenwolf out and everything. What did you think about that? Do you think that Superman or Wonder Woman or one of them should have killed Steppenwolf? Especially as a young kid watching this movie, do you think that's what should have happened?
Yes. I was kind of expecting that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just expecting that to happen.
But these are supposed to be more heroic ideals, so there's a no-kill policy.
Well, first of all, I was expecting it because of, injustice, and Superman loves killing people.
Oh, that's injustice.
I know,
just injustice.
I know.
And everything. So either way is, they don't have blood on their hands, they're taking out the putty men, right? And the big villain, lives to come back, if he comes back. And the Justice League stand on a rooftop overlooking their victory and everything. That was kind of cool though, wasn't it? Them all standing together. Even though they were 6 united and not 7 united. Like the Night of 7.
Yeah.
They were only 6.
Yeah.
So, were you disappointed that there was no Green Lantern?
Well, yes. Yeah.
I mean, I know we got the Green Lantern in the Ancient War. Yeah, we saw Green Lantern. I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
But
apparently there was a
there
was a deleted after credit scene with Batman waking up and he sees Kilowog and the other guy.
Really?
Yeah. It was a deleted scene.
Oh wow.
And then I think you take and then I think the actual Green Lantern. I don't know if it was Hal Jordan or John Stewart. I think it's Hal Jordan. But then he shows up and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
And I think that was gonna.
Oh well, show me that when this is over, because I want to see that and everything. So anyway, so the Justice League are together. After credit sequences, we get the Superman Flash race and everything, which was really funny and cool. And we get the Legion of Doom that you talked about back at the beginning,
which was very surprising and very cool.
It was very cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't really click through because I was like, because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about you, and then it was
Nah.
like, and I was like, oh no, I forgot.
Know what I would have liked to have seen in that sequence though is like in the comics we often get like that last panel with shadowy, characters, and like that scene could have still played out, but like Deathstroke could have came in and it could have been more of a boardroom, and he's still talking to Luthor who's at the center under the light, but then there's like about 2 or 3 other characters in shadow. Oh my God, that would have been so awesome, because then people would have been debating like what characters they are, or who could it possibly be. But that just would have been awesome if we said, yes, this is a League of Our Own, and you know what I mean. They're out of focus, they're in shadow. That would have been amazing and stuff. So that's Justice League, and like
Well, let's hope Black Panther joins.
oh yeah, well Black Panther's in Aquaman, so we know this to be the case and everything. So overall, we like
Flash.
Yep, Reverse Flash and stuff. So overall, we like the movie, right? And we have some nitpicks, but we still waited a long time. It was still great to see the DC's version of the Avengers. For some diehard fans, these are the heroes that we wanted to see, and everything else like that. Yeah, so we're happy, aren't we?
And even though that some people will find that Justice League sucks, well, just remember, in 2 weeks, it's gonna be the CW crossover.
Oh, the Crisis on. Oh, that's not going to suck. But either way, is that I don't think Justice League sucks. I think a lot of people are going to be owing, because the last thing I'll say is, if there's still stuff on the tape, is I don't like the fact that people are talking about how the domestic gross is the only thing that's important. Like this film only made $96 million domestically. They are totally ignoring the UK gross worldwide, China, and it made actually like over 180 million and in its first weekend. So it made more than Wonder Woman. But what they want to do is they only want to report on the US gross, and I don't think that's fair. Color.